relief. See how you can live with less pain and you can say yes to more of everything you want with Relief Factor.
Immigration enforcement officials are saying a new enforcement operation in the Chicago area is successful, despite opposition from Windy City officials and activists.
WLS covering another protest Friday against the Trump administration's immigration enforcement actions outside an ICE facility where the Democratic Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton said it's not about public safety.
This is about instilling fear.
Marcus Charles with ICE spoke to the AP.
We have a lot of targets in the area, and we want to make sure that we can arrest as many of those as possible to get them out of the community.
The operation began September 8th and has led to the arrest of nearly 550 people. I'm Julie Walker.
The Pentagon is stepping up restrictions on the media by requiring journalists to sign a pledge not to report on information that's not been authorized for release, including unclassified information. Journalists who don't abide are encouraged to go home. More at townhall.com. Estonia has summoned a Russian diplomat to protest after 3 Russian fighter jets entered airspace without permission for 12 minutes.
Foreign Minister Margus Sakha stating that Russia had violated Estonian airspace 4 times this year, but this incursion was particularly brazen. The incident on Friday occurred over the Gulf of Finland and involved 3 Russian MiG-31 fighters. The Russian Shah affair was summoned and given a protest note. This marks a significant escalation in airspace violations between the 2 countries. I'm Charles Delavedma.
Turmoil at a major college in the Lone Star State, Texas A&M University's president stepping down after facing criticism over a classroom video that showed a student objecting to a children's literature lesson about gender. Initially, that had led to the professor's firing. The resignation of school president Mark Welsh was announced Thursday. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor reporting.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBS. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joe Driscoll. Today is September 21st, 2025. Fall is very quickly approaching. This will be the final Middleboro review of the summer, pretty much. I think fall starts tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is it for summer pretty much. But we got a lot. We got a jam-packed final Middleboro review of the summer. Got a lot to talk about, of course, as always. But we have open phone lines. 508-822-1106 is the number. 508-822-1106 is the number to call. Start off with our weather. Currently in Taunton, outside of our Taunton Federal Credit Union studio, there's 14. Church, Green, 39 degrees. Very cool morning this morning. But that's going to be not the norm going forward. Tomorrow morning it will be warmer, 49 degrees, and then it will increasingly get warmer. We have a couple of days where the low temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s. So, but also we get some rain coming up as well for the area, starting on Wednesday and going through Sunday. We have had a little bit of a dry spell in the area recently, but Looks like that dry spell is about to end on Wednesday. Wednesday through Sunday, we have a pretty good chance, more than 50% except for Sunday, of rain each day through Wednesday through again Sunday. But quick update here on the weather. 71 degrees for the high today. Cloudy throughout the day today, but no rain in the forecast, so things should be good for Patriots and Steelers, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Patriots-Steelers today. Coming up, Aaron Rodgers in Foxborough, so we'll talk about that. But weather should be nice for that particular game today. 71 degrees, again, 38 for the low, which we pretty much are at now. Monday, tomorrow, 73 for the high, 49 for the low in clear skies. And on Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 81, low of 59. And then for Wednesday through Sunday, highs are in the upper 70s and lows in the upper 60s, with, again, chances of rain each day, Wednesday through Sunday for a ton. We'll get to Middleboro. Newport Richey first. Newport Richey, Florida first. 89 degrees for the high today with a low of 72. They are at the low right now. It is 72 and clear. A little windy. Wind gusts up to 15 miles per hour, but clear throughout the day today. Monday, tomorrow, cloudy skies, high of 88, low of 73. And on Tuesday, high of 88 with a low of 74 and a 35% chance of rain in Newport Richey, Florida. In Middleboro, high of 70, low of 41. It is currently 46 degrees. Partly cloudy skies expected throughout the day today. Clear skies tomorrow, high of 73, low of 50. In Driscoll, Texas, high of 89, low of 76. And thunderstorms expected today. Wind gusts up to 10 miles per hour as well. But clear on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Highs in the upper highs in the lower 90s with temperatures in the high 70s. So still pretty warm in Texas as we approach October. In Driscoll, North Dakota, it's getting pretty cool when it comes to the lows now, as we're heading into October. But 51 for the low. It's currently 51 degrees in Driscoll, North Dakota. With a little bit of wind, so it's probably in the 40s when it comes to the feel. But clear skies today in Driscoll, North Dakota. And clear skies throughout the week. Really no clouds or rain in the forecast. A perfect forecast for late September in Driscoll, North Dakota. Temperatures will be in the high 70s pretty much every day there. So that's our weather forecast. Again, we have open phone lines today. 508-822-1106 is the number to call. Do our today in histories now. And we have quite a few birthdays to get to. Our today in histories, birthdays, and passings. We have a lot to get to with our birthdays, but let's start off with our today in histories. 1745. A British government army led by Sir John Cope is defeated in less than 15 minutes by the Jacobite forces of Prince Charles Edward Stuart. That was the Jacobite conflict there that flared up every so often around that time. And that was a particularly bad battle for the British government. Again, a loss in less than 15 minutes usually isn't a good thing. 1780, American Revolutionary War. Benedict Arnold, and at this time, Benedict Arnold would be turning to the British because on this day in 1780, he gives the British the plans to Westport. To West Point. I apologize, not Westport. West Point. 1938, the Great Hurricane of 1938 makes landfall in Long Island, in New York. The death toll is estimated to be 500 to 700 people. 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor is unanimously approved as the U.S. Senate by the U.S. Senate for the first female court justice. And in 2001, on this day, September 21st, 2001, America, A Tribute to Heroes is broadcast by over 35 network and cable channels, raising $200 million for the victims of the September 11th attacks. Our birthdays for today: 1758, Christopher Gore, American soldier, lawyer, and politician. He was the 8th governor of the state of Massachusetts. 1849, Maurice Barrymore, American actor, the big name when it comes to the Barrymore, or one of the big names, at least, when it comes to the Barrymore acting family. Of course, Drew Barrymore is a part of that as well. 1867, Henry L. Stimson, American colonial, a lawyer, politician, 46th United States Secretary of State. 1872, Henry Tingle Wild, English chief officer on the RMS Titanic that was sunk after it hit an iceberg. 1945, Richard Childress, American race car driver and businessman. He owns Richard Childress Racing. 1947, Don Felder, American musician and songwriter of the Eagles. 1947, born on the same day, Stephen King, American author and screenwriter. I've talked about Stephen King a couple of times here on various shows that I've done here on this station. Talked about some of his movies, especially Maximum Overdrive, which is what I consider one of my favorite films, along with Carrie as well. When it comes to Stephen King films, Maximum Overdrive I enjoy a lot, and then again, Carrie as well. There's 2 Carrie films, actually. The one that has come out more recently, I believe it was 2013, I prefer vastly more than the original, actually. I've watched both, and I consider the original, it was pretty good. It was, but the remake there in 2013, that was pretty good as well. But I've talked about Maximum Overdrive many times and how that is a great film, even though Stephen King and also some of the actors who were in that film don't agree with me. I think it was a good film. I really do. And it had a good soundtrack too. It helps when you have a great soundtrack like AC/DC as well. Great soundtrack. Anyway, moving on from that, 1950, Bill Murray, American actor, comedian, producer, and screenwriter, played the best version of Garfield, in my opinion. I think he was he just fit that role perfectly. He played that role, voiced that role perfectly, and it kind of encapsulated what Garfield was all about. And thought that first movie there was a huge hit because of the fact that they got Bill Murray to do that voice, to voice Garfield. I think he did a perfect job with that. And Bill Murray, of course, has been in many other films as well. Amazing actor, legendary actor at that. 1951, Bruce Arena, former American soccer manager for the New England Revolution, again, was fired under interesting circumstances. I still don't know what those circumstances were. I don't think we'll ever find out. But he was fired from the New England Revolution. 1954, Shinzo Abe, American lawyer and politician, the 90th Prime Minister of Japan. Also born this day in 1954, Filthy Animal Taylor, American rock drummer for the band Motorhead. And pretty much all the original members now, actually all of the original members now passed on. Filthy Animal Taylor passed on in 2015, and then Lemmy did, and then Fast Eddie Clark a couple of years after that. 1955, Israel Katz, born on this day, an Israeli politician, currently in the Benjamin Netanyahu cabinet there. 1956, Ricky Morton, American wrestler. 1957, Ethan Cohen, part of the Cohen brothers there, the famous brothers who are both directors, by the way, as well. Producer and screenwriter. 1967, Faith Hill, American singer, songwriter, producer, and actress. 1971, Luke Wilson, brother of Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson, of course, great actor. He's been in several films. Cars, it's one of my favorites when it comes to animated films. Great voice acting that Owen does in that one. But Luke is a pretty good actor in his own right. He didn't star. He was a co-star, pretty much, I would say. He had a pretty big role in a movie called Arizona. I think I've talked about this film before. It's kind of like a horror comedy. It has Danny McBride as like the main character, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good film. It's definitely something you should definitely check out. It's a movie again called Arizona, and Luke Wilson's in it, and he does a really good job in that film. So, yeah, Luke Wilson, great actor as well. Passings on this day, we have one, 1947, Harry Carey, American actor, director, producer, and screenwriter. Again, Harry Carey passing away on this day, 1947. That is your birthdays, passings, today in history. It is 7:21. We're going to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of Patriots here before our 7:30 news break. And then Don will join us as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Spark Street Auto Body, located on 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4.
There you go.
Hey!
You gotta fix your car like a little iced coffee came up over the cover and people trying it.
583-1495.
Which means yellow buses are on the road. School buses are the safest form of transportation on the road today. But it's always stay alert and
I thought you were doing it.
Thanks.
school buses are often
What do you got, Frost?
distracted drivers who don't notice the bus lights until it's too late. School buses use yellow flashing lights to alert motorists if they are preparing to stop and slow down immediately. Bus drivers use red flashing lights and an extended stop sign to signal motorists that the bus has stopped and that children are getting on or off of the bus. Be aware, children may be crossing the street. You are required by law to stop on both sides of the street when these red lights are lit, whether you are on a city street or an unguarded highway. Make sure to stop far enough away from the bus to allow children to safely enter and exit. Do not attempt to pass a stopped school bus that is loading or unloading children at any time, including at their school. Watch for school buses. Be aware.
You can see everything, yeah. Through the windows.
Yeah.
You can't see anything looking the other way. Red Mike, please.
Red Mike. Got it. 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we're back to turn down the bumper music. There we go. Don missed a great Day in History segment. Birthdays, passes, got a lot of great ones. Talked about Filthy Animal Taylor. Of course, mentioned he's from Motorhead. And it's really hard to believe all of those guys. They're gone. They're in heaven, and there's only 1 or 2 members left of Motorhead altogether, I think, which is crazy to believe. But the only one being Mickey D left, I believe, or one of the only major one, I think. Unless I'm missing one. Don, your thoughts on
I
Filthy
don't know. I don't know too much about Filthy Phil. I took a shower this morning. I was dealing with a possessed smoke detector this morning.
Yes, smoke detectors. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with that.
Well, we kind of went overboard with the smoke detectors. We have hot wired ones that are hooked into the electric.
Okay.
And then we had extras. So it's like, let's put some extras up. You know what I mean? We had 9 of them. So
yeah, and
they start. I don't know.
They interfere with each other, I guess.
They might. I don't know. I've never seen it before. Either I've had batteries or I've had hot wire ones, and never had both.
It's a weird one.
Yeah. So
when those things go off and they don't stop going off, it gets quite annoying. But
yeah, I took care of it.
You took care of it. Great. Awesome. All
right. I hit every red light coming in.
Well, of course, that's
part of the
course.
But I did get your coffee.
Yeah.
A beautiful coffee. I got your donut too.
So I don't know if you were listening to.
I wasn't listening.
You were okay. So
I was driving.
So okay.
Delivering your coffee.
Thank you.
And the donut.
So recap of this last segment. Today in history's things like the Revolutionary War. We're talking about Benedict Arnold. At this time, no longer on the American side, pretty much. He gave the plans to West Point on this day in 1780 to the British. Done. Benedict Arnold.
What a loser.
We talked about Sandra Day O'Connor, unanimously becoming the first female Supreme Court justice on this day. Talked about the Tribute to the Heroes, America Tribute to the Heroes special that took place on this day in 2001 as well. That raised $200 million on it. That made a lot of money for the victims of the September 11th attacks.
I remember, and I don't think it was at that concert. It was when, and I'm not even sure when they started it on TV, because the programs didn't start for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good 3 weeks, 1 month. And then Saturday Night Live came back. And at the beginning, you have the announcer. I forgot his name, but he's been the same announcer since the day one. And they're like, Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
Yes.
And then had all the first responders sitting behind him. And there's Paul Simon on a bench, on a stool. And he does the boxer, which brought tears to my eyes, because that song is so New York.
Yes.
You listen to the lyrics, and it was like, they probably wonder, what song can we play? What song can we play that's, and that song is just so intertwined with what goes on with the city. It was more like the boxer, in my opinion, that song is more like a situation where it's real. It's for people in the city, living in the city. It's not people looking out towards the city. It's the people in the city, because it was the people in the city who dealt with the situation.
Yes.
Dealt with the horror, dealt with the pain, the misery. 9/11. So I think the boxer was, whoever got Paul Simon was brilliant. It brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
It was the best. It would have been good if it was Simon and Garfunkel, because it was just Paul Simon at the time.
Yeah.
But, still though, sitting there with his acoustic, and it was just, that healed me at that point in time. And I mean, I'm not saying it healed me, because nothing was could ever heal that.
No.
But it helped me get on my way to healing that. They said music coats the soul. Music is the healer.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
And in that moment, sitting there watching that, because that was one of the first programs that came back on. And I know Regis and Kathy Lee was like one of the first shows to come on. It was weird because all the shows you normally didn't watch, because they were coming on for the first time after 3 weeks,
Yeah.
you wanted to watch them because you wanted to get your sense of the melody back.
Yes.
But hearing that song, The Boxer, done live with all the first responders who were probably there, so it wasn't Mayor Giuliani, he was in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Was helped me heal a little bit. And I thought that was important.
And with that, it's 7:30. Let's take our news break. We'll be right back.
President Trump is leading a sign.
Okay, we'll come back.
For conservative grassroots leader Charlie Kirk.
Do you have any thoughts about
Service will feature remarks from several senior members.
Maurice Barrymore,
In addition to the president, there will be
American actor, Barrymore family? Do you have any thoughts about that?
White House Chief of Staff Susie.
No, don't worry about me. I wasn't here.
right,
We did
well-
that part of the show. Let's move on to something
Yeah.
else, okay?
So I talked about Maurice Barrymore.
Okay.
I talked about Harry Tingle-Wild, who was the chief officer on the RMS Titanic. His birthday was today.
You mean the captain?
Yeah, the chief officer. Well, I don't know. It says chief officer.
He's the one who went down with the ship. They showed in the movie he went into the cabin,
Yeah.
and the waves took him away, and then
Yeah.
you know.
Don Felder's birthday, Stephen King's birthday.
Don Felder?
Yeah, Don Felder. I talked about Stephen King. His birthday is today. I talked about Maximum Overdrive, and I talked about Carrie. Bill Murray.
Christine.
Bill Murray. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Christine. Bill Murray's birthday is today. I talked about Garfield. Actually, because Garfield, that's the best iteration. Yeah, that's the best iteration of Garfield. Bill Murray
did, yeah.
he did such a good job. Did such a good job in that. That was a perfect casting that they could have ever done. Shinzo Abe's birthday was today as well. He would have been 71.
I should have listened.
We all know the importance of good
Phil Piano Taylor. Israel Katz. Ricky Moore.
Who's Israel Katz?
Israel Katz is in the Benjamin Netanyahu administration. I believe he's the war
Give them a call at 800
minister.
and get their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. The Relief Factor is the daily supplement that
Ethan Cohen's birthday is today.
a team of doctors that uses a
And then I talked about Luke Wilson. I talked about Arizona.
Or eliminate it. Like the longer you take the
That movie.
the more effective it is to get your days going without any pain. Sleep can get you out of bed by taking their 3-week quick start. It's only $19.95.
Luke Wilson can act. Luke Wilson, you know, he's not the most famous Wilson out of the two. It's Owen, but Luke can act. He's no slouch when it comes to the acting. He does a very good job.
800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Polls have opened in Guinea for a referendum on a draft constitution. This could allow the junta leader, General Mamadi Doumbouya, who seized power 4 years ago, to run for president. Today's referendum is a key step in transitioning away from military to civilian rule. However, critics call it a power grab and a way to legitimize the military coup.
Elections are expected in December. The referendum needs at least 50% support to pass. The campaign has been dominated by supporters of the junta, with opposition voices largely silent. Philippines police have arrested 17 people after a chaotic incident at a presidential palace in Manila. Some individuals set fire to tires and threw rocks at riot police. The incident this morning appeared unrelated to two large peaceful anti-corruption protests happening elsewhere in the city. Violence led to a security lockdown at the Malacanang presidential palace. News and analysis at Town Hall.
Is that where that Uber driver or food driver got killed?
As the equinox.
I don't know.
The Earth will experience about the same amount of day and night on Monday when the autumnal equinox arrives. From there, the northern hemisphere will plunge.
There was a food driver that was killed. That was, I believe, run over by a police vehicle.
In December and March,
I believe it was,
and
that caused some
away from the sun. So
some protests.
Very different lanes.
Some major protests, actually.
Sonny Curtis has passed away, the vintage rock and roller who wrote both the rebel anthem I Fought the Law and the theme to the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh, yeah.
88 years old. Curtis was a childhood friend of Buddy Holly and an early member of his band The Crickets. Starting as a teenager, he wrote or co-wrote hundreds of songs, including Keith Whitley's country smash, I'm No Stranger to the Rain. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Okay.
Okay, that's good, perfect.
Can't even really monitor what's going on because have such a long delay now. It's like 2 minutes delay, and I can't even monitor what's going on with the.
Then run the music out so we're close. Can we do that? Can we do that?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And we'll music is over in 5 seconds. All right, we're back. It's I don't have to turn down the bumper music because I live in. There you go. Switching it up today.
Oh, that's a cool bumper music.
It is.
I mean,
great bumper music.
As far as bumper music is concerned,
I like my Middleboro Matters bumper music as well. Yeah, I picked out some pretty good bumper music.
You have all the music. What's the one? It's the horns there that used to be with the show you did years ago with Larry. Remember that music?
Yeah, it's kind of like a
like a hornish.
Yeah. It's
Tony.
in there.
I think Tony uses it for his.
He does. It's in the CDs over that we got.
I like that. That's my favorite. That's like
yeah. So I like that one too.
Yeah, you have a list of music you can use. I guess the radio stations buy.
Yes.
And same with Hometown Talk.
Yeah.
But that's been Hometown Talk staple theme for a while.
It has.
Talking about themes.
It has. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's all fun. It's uplifting music.
All right.
As far as music is concerned.
Switching gears. Okay. So I was going to talk about the Patriots. I got a little sidetracked there in the last segment.
Joey, can I ask you a question?
7:30
Can I ask you a question for you?
But yeah.
All right.
Question. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure anything about this because I don't follow sports. You might.
Yes.
First of all, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he totally disagree. Okay. Totally disagree. Okay.
It should be good.
All right. Hot and mad, angry with me.
It should be good.
All right. Well, this is the first year the college get paid.
The NIL you're talking about?
No, college football.
Yeah.
They get paid.
Are you talking about the athletes?
Yes.
The NIL program? No. I think this is like second or third, something like that.
All right. Okay. What's your feeling on that? My feeling is this. And my friend has a point. He's like, no one's going to want to go to school anymore because the best athletes are going to get all the money because they're going to get paid the most. And I'm like, well, but I feel the college students should get paid because they're making a ton of money off of them.
Yes.
I mean, if it wasn't for the college students, they wouldn't have be selling all the brand, they wouldn't be selling the merchandise, wouldn't be selling the games, wouldn't be selling the TV time, nothing.
Yeah, the athletes. It's the athletes that do that. It's the athletes that help you sell that. And
right. Well, his beef was that everyone's going to be looking to go to a certain schools because and the other schools aren't going to get nothing. Which he has a point. And I suggested, well, why don't they should get paid something. I don't think they should get paid a lot. Depends on the talent, but maybe they should get something, a cap.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone gets the same, but they get something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the worst player who sits on the bench all day to the number one star. All right, but it's not that way. It's not like that. It's the best player gets more money. Is that correct? Understand? Yeah.
The best player gets a lot of NIL deals. Yes. Yes.
Does that take away from like a college that doesn't have great players and no one's going to want to go to that school?
No, because any college can have an NIL player. I mean, of course you got the big ones. You got Ohio State. You got Oregon. You got Alabama. You got LSU. You got all these big ones.
There's always been good teams,
but
through history, those are the best.
Yes,
teams.
but on the other side, you got teams like Syracuse, Rutgers, Assumption College, things like that. Like they can have NIL players too. I'm sure they can, and I'm sure they will in the future. So I don't think the NIL thing is a big detriment to the sport. I think every college is going to have.
What about a cap across the board?
Cap? I don't know how you would go about it.
Well, it's too late now. I mean,
it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, it's just talking on
because now the NIL's enforced. So I don't know how you would go around that.
It hasn't seemed to be working pretty good.
But of course, the bigger schools are going to have more NIL money.
Well, the biggest schools have more money anyway.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point.
I mean, so I can't see a big shift because now they're getting paid. Are they going to get paid close to what NFL people are getting?
No, absolutely. No. College players,
even the best player out there.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I think they should get something. I think they should.
Yeah, of course. I agree with that.
Right. And plus, they got to keep their studies up too, or they're off the team.
Exactly.
They got to make sure they pass. So
yes.
They got to practice.
That's still enforced.
Sure, as long as that's enforced, sure.
Yes.
So it's like you go work for the NFL. All you got to worry about is playing football. And you're in college, you got to worry about playing football and passing your classes.
Exactly. And again, the NIL thing, it is different for every college. Alabama is not getting the same spotlight NIL thing or NIL money than Assumption College is. So that's it. Again, there is differences when it comes to NIL money. Yes, but that's obvious because you got big schools and you got the little schools, so that's obvious. But yeah, it's a confusing topic to say the least. I try to avoid these confusing topics. But yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on the NIL.
No, my buddy did.
I really don't. I really don't have any kind of strong opinion on it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna call him later. He's probably gonna yell at me.
Patriots, Steelers. Yeah, that should be a great game.
Who?
Patriots, Steelers.
Where? Oh, man.
Here. Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's why you're gonna be running the board today.
By the way, Ed will not be here today, so I'll be running the board. Tony will be here though.
Yeah.
Bishop Branch will be here.
Tony and Joey.
Yes. Steelers, Patriots. you know, whatever.
They're my two favorite teams.
You know, this isn't a game.
I like the Steelers. You gotta respect the Steelers. You gotta remember.
Steelers are good.
You gotta remember Terry Bradshaw and.
The Steelers are good. They're not these, you know, world beaters that they used to be a couple of years ago when they won the Super Bowl. They're just kind of there. Same thing with the Patriots. They're kind of there. I haven't been too impressed with the first 2 weeks of the season. At times, for the Patriots. Yes, they got that win last week, which is great. In Miami, awesome. They didn't fall in Miami like they usually do. So that's good.
They usually do.
They usually do. Yeah. Oh, well, recent times, yes.
Yeah.
Especially when Ryan Fitzpatrick was quarterback. I don't know what Miami was doing, but it was working against the Patriots. Not last week though. They lost to the Patriots. I mean, Miami is a disaster anyway to begin with. They're winless so far this year. Their coach is on the hot seat. And when I talk about hot seat, I mean that seat is flaming. That seat is flaming. Like, it could happen any week. He could get fired any week. But
you know what? Last time you predicted someone getting fired, they got fired.
They got fired.
They
yes.
got fired.
And what is his name?
I think
Josh something.
I
don't even remember his name.
I think all the decision makers in the NFL listen to this show. They want to know what you have to say, and if you say it, it's gospel. They'll do it. They say, they'll send to fire him. Go on. Gotta go.
The head coach of the Dolphins, I think, by the middle of the season will get fired.
Unless they start winning games.
Unless they start winning games, of course, yes. I mean, they kind of kept it close in their week 3 matchup. Anyway, Steelers Patriots. This is kind of a toss-up. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers plays the way he did in week 1, Steelers are going to run away with this game. I just don't think the Patriots have enough on defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers plays like peak Aaron Rodgers. If he plays like New York Jets Aaron Rodgers, then that's probably a game 1 for us. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now the Steelers are 1-1. You know,
Patriots 1-1, right?
1-1 Patriots. Gotta get some wins here, because you're looking at the Chiefs right now, who are winless, which is a huge surprise. I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. I think there's some distracted heads over there in the Chiefs. But we'll see what happens with the Chiefs. I think they'll get it together. But you got different things going on with other teams that these two teams have to take advantage. Patriots gotta get a win. Steelers gotta get a win. This is an important game for both teams. Of course, because of what the Chiefs are doing right now. And the Chiefs aren't doing well at all. So we got that going on. Quick thing on the Red Sox, and then the Worcester Red Sox, and then we'll move on. Red Sox won yesterday, 6-3. They're 85-70, trying to clinch a playoff spot. Off to a good start with that. They got 7 games left in the year. So that's what's going on there. The final game of the year for the Worcester Red Sox is this afternoon. They're taking on Rochester. That game gets underway, and if I can get that up, that would be great. Please and thank you. There we go. Okay, there we go. That game gets underway at 1:05 p.m., and then after that, their season will conclude. Their season will be over. They are not going to be in the playoffs. And then that's it for the minor leagues, pretty much, at least when it comes to our affiliates. The next date to circle, if you're a fan of the Red Sox affiliates, the next date to circle on your calendar will be November the 8th. November the 8th is when the Salem Red Sox will change their name. They will reveal what their new name will be. Same affiliation. They'll still be a Red Sox affiliated team, but there will be a different name going forward after November the 8th. So that's what's going on there. But Worcester and Rochester, last game of the year for Worcester, and last game for the year for Rochester, by the way, as well, who are 30 games, just about 30 games below 500. So hopefully Worcester can get a win today and finish the year strong. But it's been a tough year for the affiliates, for sure. Some of the teams got pretty close to a playoff spot. Like Worcester, if they had won a little bit more down the stretch, probably would have gotten in. Unfortunately, they're not going to be getting in here. And Salem did not have a good year at all. But the rest of the teams, they're kind of hovering around 500. So, that's kind of a mediocre year for the minor league affiliates. But hopefully next year will be much better. Especially for Salem. But Worcester, they had a pretty good year, decimated by call-ups. I think that's what hurt them a little bit. So many call-ups. A lot of their players were picked up by the Red Sox, called up by the Red Sox. So I think that's kind of what happened there, is eventually that got to them, and they kind of lost a lot down the stretch there, and it cost them a playoff spot. But I think the minor leagues, again, for the Red Sox are going to be good. They, of course, have a promising future there in the minor leagues there for the Red Sox. But the playoffs for AAA start on Tuesday, so we'll keep an eye on that and talk about that for everybody tomorrow. But that's what's going on there for the Worcester Red Sox. That's it in sports. 7:51 a.m. Let's switch over to some local stuff. Why don't we do that, Dawn, to finish the show today? We don't really have anything in the transportation world to really talk about right now. Kind of been quiet. Kind of quiet. You had the Amtrak Avilia Liberties be rolled out, and that kind of went well. It seemed like that's going well, except for some scheduling things they got to figure out. But that's only because they have 5 trains, and that's it. They only have 5 trains right now. So that scheduling issue will get looked at and probably fixed in the weeks to come. But anyway, you have a couple of events going on. Donations have been opened for the annual Lakeville Historical Society annual yard sale. And that yard sale is already taking place as well, or it will finish up today, actually. On Saturday, the yard sale ran from 9 a.m. to 2, and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. today it'll run. So you still got one more day. That's going to take place at the Lakeville Historic Townhouse at 2 Precinct Street, Lakeville, as well. So they had a yard sale for donations and things like that. So that's what's going on there. Also coming up is a car seat safety day with the Middleboro Health Department. The Middleboro Health and Fire Departments will host a car seat safety day Monday the 29th of September for residents to receive wellness resources and obtain safety checks for car seats. The car seat safety day, that's going to take place from 2 to 6 on September 29th. This is for residents to receive wellness resources and obtain safety checks. Okay, I already said that. On the front lawn of the town hall, where it will take place. There we go. At the event, safety resources will be shared. Participants can have their car seats checked by a certified technician as well. That's pretty important, car seats, and to make sure that they're properly installed in your car.
Oh, that's a great event. Anybody who has a new baby or sometimes you transition from infant to toddler. Seats change sometimes.
Yes.
And then, you might need help with that. That's something would be very helpful to anybody who's has a child. And especially grandparents, too, because a lot of grandparents, it's been a while since they've had to strap one in. And some grandparents didn't even have to years ago. In the 70s, I don't think they had that. They didn't have that until the 80s, those laws. Like little babies were stuck in the back, or they were next to the mother in the front seat in like a little, not a bassinet, but a little, what do they call them? The little sleeping things, the plastic sleeping things you put the baby in. But get back to that. That's great. That's a great service. So when is that again?
The 29th of September. So
At
that
Town
is
Hall?
a week from tomorrow at Town Hall.
The time's at what?
2 to 6.
2 to 6.
2 to 6. Okay, I thought I saw the phone ringing over here. I guess not. One more story here. We got time for one more story, and that is that in Lakeville, bids for the construction of the new Lakeville Fire Station were recently finalized. The winning bid coming in at least $5 million less than the project's initial budget. That's a huge savings. $5 million less.
How's that happen?
Well,
how's that? I could see 500,000. I could see 750, maybe $1 million, but
I'll read on. The Lakeville Select Board approved the Page Building Construction Company's $11.7 million bid. Who was going to pay $16 million for a new fire station? Wow. They're that much?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Considering what you have, I bet it's got to be like a full bore fire station with like 4 bays, and you got to build living quarters up front. I mean,
sure. Yes.
It's
yes.
Big footprint, all the excavation, septic system.
Okay.
All
right.
All that stuff.
Then that makes sense.
About $5 million. About
$5 million less now.
Less.
So right around $12 million now. So $17 million originally.
Just in the doors.
Yeah.
Alone, just in the
That
doors
was-
and the glass.
Yeah, it was slated to be $17 million project. But now it's going to be $12 million.
I don't understand how it could be. This guy's 17 million. This guy's 12 million. I don't get what.
That's the bidding process for you.
Yeah, but I mean, someone's got to throw a high number in, like a Hail Mary. Let's try with this number.
That happens in every single project on the planet, probably. So that's just the bidding process.
Everything's the same. You're still gonna have a wonderful fire station at 12
Oh,
million.
well, of course, yes.
Oh, speaking of overpaying, I took a little adventure yesterday. I took the Encore shuttle boat from Rose Wharf to Encore.
Ah, yes.
Okay, and I was looking for that Popeye statue you were talking about.
Yeah,
You recorded.
Did you see it?
No, they sold it. I talked to a police officer who was working there, and he said they sold it around in COVID, and they said they scrap it. He giggled about that one, but no, it wasn't there.
How much money?
He didn't know.
Probably a lot.
Probably not. They probably didn't get 20, more like 12 million, huh?
Probably half. Yeah. Probably a lot of money. Still a lot of money.
There's something someone getting overpaid. Someone got overpaid. Like, we got this casino, so let's pay the guy. There's a guy who has a statue for $3 million. There's a guy who has a statue for $6 million. There's a guy who has one for $28 million. Let's go with the guy who has the $28 million statue.
Or in the case of the Mohegan Sun tribe there that owns the Mohegan Sun casino, they are not getting paid at all. They sold off, or they were thinking that they sold off the Connecticut Sun. Apparently, that deal isn't being approved, or if there's some issues with that deal now. The WNBA has gotten involved. There was two deals that were struck down by the WNBA.
But that's
would've-
tribal land, so the state really doesn't have any say, right? It's the organization that runs the.
So I don't know. I don't know. That's something we have to ask someone who would know more.
Why would they move out?
Why
would they move out to begin with? They're just not happy with what's going on. They don't like the venue. They don't what.
I don't know. That the League and Sun wanted to sell it. They wanted to sell the WNBA. WNBA's League and Sun to Boston. They wanted to sell it to Steve Bagula of the Boston Celtics. And it was gonna be a Boston Celtics. It was gonna be a Boston team, but the WNBA stepped in apparently, and now it's probably not going to happen. And probably now, both Connecticut and Boston aren't going to get their WNBA team because the WNBA is probably going to buy that team and move it to Houston. So great.
Well, that's fine. I mean, Mohegan wanted it out, right?
Yeah, they wanted it out.
You know what? You know what? I'm not even sure. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know how this goes. But the casino pays liability, insurance,
So
on everything.
the deal didn't get accepted. So
Doesn't matter. They're still going.
are they still going to get the money? They were going to sell it for $250 million.
They got to get something for it.
Do they get something for it?
They have to get something for it. But with $250 million, what do you think a liability bill is? A liability payment
Probably a lot.
for a casino?
Probably a lot.
What you pay?
Probably a lot. I
don't
don't know.
You don't know. You don't know if they jacked up the liability. It's just like, well, looking at it, it's like, well, I mean, they could use that area for.
They could use that money for something else.
Well, the area where they play, they could turn it into venues and concerts
Exactly.
and make more money doing that.
Exactly.
With less liability.
They have a great casino there.
And
so
the
they
thing,
can make it even better.
And the thing is, those long-term contracts, okay, that they have, they have to honor them. So you always have to have a basketball thing. But if you have entertainment, you can do what you want. You can book who you want. You can maybe you don't want to book who you want. You could do so much with the area compared to just being so. I mean, for the money it brings in, maybe it doesn't bring enough money in for them. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that sport, that organization, it is not as. There's a lot of drama behind that sport. It really is, and I think people don't want the drama because you don't see the drama with the NBA and. I mean, I
don't like sportsmanship issues.
I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. I look at it and there's always something going on between players. They don't like each other.
There's too much sportsmanship issues going on.
Where's the professionalism going on for one day?
There is none.
It's a big soap opera.
There really is none.
So I mean, that kind of turns me off a little.
I mean, and who's gonna watch the Connecticut Sun anyway? They just came off a terrible season. They just came off like one of the worst seasons in their franchise history.
When I think basketball, I don't think Connecticut.
No, me neither. I think Boston. I think New York.
Phillies.
I think Philadelphia.
Yep.
I don't think Hartford.
Harlem Globetrotters.
I don't think Unckersville. I'm not thinking Unckersville when it comes to no. I don't even think when it comes to hockey. I don't even think Connecticut. I mean, you got the Hartford Whalers, of course.
Yeah, what happened? Why they sell that? They're major
enough market.
One of their major cities, capital city, doesn't have one
big enough market.
Doesn't have one sports team.
So they do. The AHL does have the Bridgeport Sound Tigers.
Yeah,
that's it.
No. They don't have
but that's it.
They have nothing. They don't have baseball, they don't have football, they don't have hockey, and they don't have basketball.
They do have baseball, minor leagues, Hartford Yards.
Major leagues all around.
Major leagues? Okay.
Zero.
No.
Zilch.
They do not.
Zilch.
I mean, you can say the same thing for Golden State, for Oakland. So
yeah, but California. But we're talking a state.
It is a little different.
All right.
Okay.
Gotta go.
We gotta go. Bye bye, everybody. I love our sports. Just get the weeds and everything.
Yeah, brother. All right, I'll see this.
Okay. Yeah, I know nothing about that stuff. Like, I gotta read up on like the tribal stuff when it comes to that kind of thing because I know nothing about that. I don't know who would know about that.
Where do they play? They got their own arena there?
They play in Mohegan Sun Arena.
Where
we saw Sabbath. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's where they play.
That's what I'm saying, but I mean, for half a year, they can't book shows. They probably make more money if they show.
And the team's bad. The team's atrociously
No
bad.
one's showing up to watch it, but they're on the hook to have these games every time they're home.
The team is so bad too. All right, bye everybody.